What if me being unapologetically me is exactly what sets someone else free? I'm Melinda, your host at Unapologetically Yours, and I give with my whole heart so others can show up as their true selves, loved without limits. So, yesterday was a really big day. It was a long day that went all the way until about 1:52 this morning. That's when I set my alarm for today to wake up. So basically was allotting myself just shy of 5 hours. Y'all, I had so much hopes. I felt like I had hacked my own insomnia issue. The hopes were high and they were dashed against the rocks of despair. No, not despair. So I started writing notes last night, and I actually had two simultaneous notes going for two different podcast episodes I want to do. And this morning, I came up with a third one, which is going to be called Dating 105. All right, but I'm not even going to go there. So last night, I wrote notes so that I could kind of, help myself stay on track, because I tend to ping pong all over the place. I love that game. Oh, brings back cherished childhood and young adult memories. So anyway, if you will pardon me, please, I will be looking at some of these notes. So anyway, I'm going to try to get my eyes as close to the camera as possible. And it's not going to be like verbatim, but it's going to be like highlights. So here we go. And this, y'all, is episode 55. I don't have a title for it yet. And I didn't even read over my notes because I also have stuff to do today. So yesterday, it was a big day. I went to the beach, which was great. Y'all saw that episode? If not, check it out. It's called Morning Musings at the Beach. Episode 54, I think. Yeah, it's 54. Okay. I had some big aha moments yesterday, and it was good. One of them was, I want to do what I want to do. And even if there are other people around me who don't want to do it, that doesn't mean I can't go do it. And so going to the beach was one of those things. And let's see. Boop, boop, boop. That was like notes about, let me just read it to you. So I wound up taking notes to collect my thoughts. But then I was so tired that I couldn't bring myself to give you less than partly rested me. I didn't want to give you fully exhausted, hardly functioning me. So that's that. All right. So last night after I got home, I think I had put my littles to bed. I read something and it was so profound and like almost even on purpose profound. Some of you will know what that means. My sister-in-law will know what that means. Maybe my cousin. I pulled some wisdom, okay? And so I read this thing. And I am going to share that I used an AI tool. So I'm not like reading it, plagiarizing, whatever. I used an AI tool, as was suggested to me in general, to paraphrase it. So I think that paraphrasing was probably pretty spot on. So, but before I read that, I want to tell you about what went on, okay? And then when I read the thing, hopefully it'll all just sort of like mesh and you'll understand how I came full circle. So, let's see. The beach. I showed up. So yesterday when I woke up, I was feeling kind of down. Some mindless scrolling sometimes can do that. At one point, I was sick of it, so I got up, took a shower, made several decisions, right? One, I would get the kids to school on time and go to the beach. So It didn't quite work out the way I wanted because someone had a bathroom issue. But I did make it to the beach. And when I was walking there, so it was just me, and I had 2 blankets, a rocking chair thing, it's a collapsible rocking chair, and my computer, and a book, and papers, because that task that I told y'all about that was needed for the business, I did some work on that. And so I was bringing the paper so that I could go through it. So I had that. I had my Reiki book, and that was actually kind of keeping those papers and my computer together. And then let's see what else. I had a towel, and I took off my shoes. So I'm walking barefoot because I'm thinking I've got flip-flops. I don't want them to break in the sand when you walk. And then I stepped on something sharp, and I was like, okay, let me just keep walking. And it just kept hurting, and it was a spur. And so imagine I'm not burdened, but I'm encumbered. I've got all this stuff with me, and I don't want to spill it. I don't want my computer to hit the sand. And so I'm bending over, carrying all of these things. And then I remove the spur, and I'm not going to let it get me down. I just hope. So where I was, it was like Sand Key Beach, something like that. Sand Key Siesta, I don't know. Clearwater area. There are dunes, and so I think the sand spur thingy came from that. But again, I didn't let it get me down. So I was intent on having a glorious time close to the waves, drowning out the noise of my own brain. So I also decided that I was going to do an episode, which I did. And I talked about some music that I was into, and I invited people to be in that episode, as I think I often do. I invited people to be fully themselves, whether it's studious or serious or silly. The message really was you be you. All after I told myself that I was not going to live a life where I was seeking permission to live or exist just as I am, fully me, right? In all of my parts, like the silly me, I lean into that so hard sometimes. Maybe with a select few. And then there is studious me. There is focused me. There is hold that kiss, husband, while I just finish this thing, because I'm, like I get into cleaning modes too. And it's like, nobody wants to interrupt that. Y'all let me do my spring, winter cleaning, whatever it is, because it's good. So anyway, while I was doing the episode, my alarm went off, and that really was my indicator to slow or wrap up the podcast, because I had a Zoom meeting. And let's see, I'm going to share some of that too, because I think in what I shared in my meeting, it might be relatable, and it might be, I don't know, it might give you like some insights, or so that's what I'm going to do. So first I'm going to ask, have you ever made impossible lists you cannot complete in any given day, no matter how many hours you have in a day? I used to do that. Part of it was this unrelenting optimism I have. Part of it was punishment. To be honest, it was straight punishment. So I was told by a wise person to take a brief pause from making those lists, because ultimately I was using them like subconsciously to sabotage my joy and to punish myself for my imperfection. I wanted to be perfect. Man, I strove to freaking be perfect. Yeah. So I took the suggestion a little too far, perhaps. That brief thing turned into kind of like years of a thing. So I neglected mini lists and definitely schedules altogether. However, I remembered all of that, And I said out loud in this Zoom meeting, which was for my business, for my brand. Ultimately, I just need to make my own schedule, you know? And I told this person I was going to pretend like I don't know how to do it just because I haven't done it, but that's BS. I just need to claim my own power, right? What I admitted specifically was I almost asked this person, how do I set up my day? Explain it to me like I'm a fifth grader. But I stopped myself. And instead, after recognizing that that was super silly, I said, I'm a grown woman with kids in school. So basically, there's a block of time that I can absolutely do work, and there's just no excuse anymore. So I was able to name that gap and to know that it wasn't a knowledge deficiency, but it was my lack of ownership and structure. So that's the moment that I took on the leadership and guidance of my own destiny. And instead of looking externally for others to supply the how, I recognized I already hold the map. So I was encouraged by that person to make lists that I could win, right? Lists that would help me to rebuild my trust in myself, to build trust in myself. So it was a subtle but powerful nervous system friendly tweak. Ultimately, that structure that I create won't shame me, and it'll provide visibility too that doesn't overwhelm. So I'm passing that on to you. So I've been really proud of myself for publishing so many episodes lately. I've been on a roll like every day, and that's amazing. But in doing so, I did allow other things to slip. Some of those with my absolute full awareness. So one of the things that I stopped doing was posting on Instagram. And I'm going to tell you, it really is, it's a freaking perfection thing. Like something gets into my head and I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to do it wrong, so I'm just not going to do it. No. Like I do so well at doing this wrong that it has become my own invitation to do other things. As I do them, could be wrong, could be different from how everybody else is doing it or how it's supposed to be done. But I'm going to lean in. And so now that I have created this rhythm, I can add some other things. So I share that because what is something that you already have that is your rhythm, right? And what are some things that you have neglected? The light just turned on in my living room. Hey, Mom, if that's your spirit. Got the door is open. The door, singular. I should open the window behind me. Anyway. Okay. Wait. Oh my gosh. Do y'all watch Stranger Things? Because they did all this stuff with lights. It is kind of like a scary show. I'm so excited for the new season to come. But the light thing just reminded me of that. Okay, anyway. All right. So there are things that you probably do really well that you already have a rhythm. And there might be a thing or two or more that you have put on hold or straight up neglected, right? Is now the time to move it back in? Move it back into your schedule or put it for the first time into your schedule. Do you have room for something more? Do you have capacity for something that you'd like to not necessarily master, because again, that's like leaning towards perfection, but yeah, like just, here's this thing. So there's this when you're a kid, you don't know how to tie your shoe. You don't even know that's a thing, right? But then at one point, and there's some name for this, and I can't think of what it is. I have a picture somewhere, but I don't even know if I'm going to look for it. But Then, as you get older, you're aware that there's a shoe on your feet, shoes on your feet. And you don't know how to tie them, but you're aware, right? And then there comes a point where you're also aware and you do know how to do it. And then there's something else. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but there's some, like, I saw this visual when I was in Costa Rica in a class, in a mandatory class at that. Yeah. Anyway, unconscious knowledge something. Point is, there are things that you're not even aware of anymore that you do that you just know how to do. You just bend over and tie your shoes, right? And so if you've got a lot of those things in, maybe again, there's room for something else. And it could even be a hobby. Do you have room in your life for a hobby? Do you want to join me playing pickleball? I love it. I love it. And I want to do scuba diving. I do. I want to take courses when I'm living in my soft life. Maybe that's when I'll learn these other things. Okay. All right. So for me, what was missing was not instructions, but my commitment to structure and follow through. So I truly don't need anyone to design my life. I don't. I need to sit down and create a simple, realistic schedule for myself, which I did with the help of AI. Again, using it as a tool, as a resource, not as a replacement. So my next move will be to protect those blocks of time that I've created from distraction and idea chasing. Dang it. Oh, it puts the thumbs up. Ooh, that's actually pretty cool. 2 thumbs up gave me fireworks. Okay. All right. The thumbs up thing was annoying in the past, but now, ooh, that was exciting. All right, so use lists where I can actually win. I already said that. I already know what matters. Now I need to give it time on purpose. So that was a moment for me where I shifted from tell me how to I am the woman who knows what and how. And now I am choosing to do it. So now I'm looking at this. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so these are notes, but sort of like generic things. And let me move this. I almost freaked out because I thought I hadn't pressed record. Okay, so I told you about my day yesterday. Aha. So then it's the thing that I want to read. So I went to the beach. I did the podcast. Then I had the Zoom thing, which, by the way, in all of that, I got a "you graduated" line. So what that means is I have the tools that I need to just run with the actions, right? To be the pilot, if you will, not the co-pilot, but the pilot, doing each next best thing. So last night, and partly today, I scheduled some Instagram posts and I created some drafts because sometimes you can't schedule stuff with music. It'll just like cut it off. And then you schedule it and then now there's no music and then you have to delete it. So anyway, I turned those into drafts, but I have let me tell you my schedule. Ooh, let me tell you my posting schedule. So I'm going to post, write it down. I'm going to post Mondays at 8:30 in the morning. Let me see if it gives me, fireworks. And then I'm also going to post Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. Fireworks. If you're watching me on video, you're having a good time, I hope. And the third one, Saturday at 11 a.m. I wanted to do 11:11. If you know, you know. 11 a.m. Saturday mornings. Woo! And so, what you can expect in my posts, maybe some shout outs to my episodes, but let me just tell you, follow me. Will you follow me? Oh, did that sound desperate? Yuck. It was meant as endearing. Follow me, y'all. You better follow me. And you better, if you'd like to. I found myself being aggressively bossy. No, wait, it's not. I'm not bossy. I'm aggressively helpful. That's what it is. Which, by the way, sneak peek preview is gonna be, I think my Saturday post is about that. So, okay. All right. So I told you about those things. I'm going to read you this other thing, this wisdom that I pulled, right? Which it was phenomenal. So I graduated, right? Which means, again, I have the tools that I need to move forward. Some of those tools are AI tools, which is exciting and fun. And I am going to get into the new rhythm of not neglecting the things that are as important to doing this. Yeah. And then I'm going to spend time having fun and like vibing with other people. You know, one person that I found today, I didn't find her today, but I found that I was like truly vibing off of her. And I think it's because there are some similarities there. Like, she is an encourager, and her thing on Threads, anyways, I think it's like Food with Monica. Let me see if I can look up my activity. How did they do this for you? Hearts. Let's see. Follows, people you follow. I wonder if there is. I don't know how to find activity. I'm pretty sure it's like Food with Monica. So anyway, she wrote something that was really sweet about something that she's done for her dad, which I could also relate to. And yeah, and then, yeah, anyway, that post it was 7 pages. Oh my gosh, this one's so funny. I'm going to read this one. I'm vibing with her too. Mrs. Fadaka, Fadaka. So Mrs. MRS _ Fadaka. This is her, and she's running, right? I'm like, okay, girl, until I read it. And so she said, I run every day for 30 minutes. If I miss a day, I add 30 minutes to the next day. This has truly been a game changer. Tomorrow, I'm supposed to run for 3 weeks. So I laughed so hard out loud at 4 in the morning, not caring who I woke up. Plus, I sighed. So this is my comment to her. Plus 3 sighs and some more laughter as I realized my running time is about 35 years. When you add all the 30 minutes up that I haven't done. I don't run. Once I had these pair of Skechers shoes. Oh, they had a very thick sole that was rounded on the bottom. It's like kind of like a weird shape. It's not giving me any music or fireworks. Anyway, I wound up gifting the couple of pair to another person, but when I walked, it felt like I was on a cloud, and then I ran, and it was actually kind of fun. Maybe that's why I gave it away. Self-sabotage at its finest. I actually enjoyed running, and then I gave away the shoes. All right. Boop. All right, so I was just reading some of the other stuff, but that's a distraction because you're with me. I'm with you. Okay. All right, let's see. So I am trying to go back to the other thing, and I just want to make sure that I am saying all of the things that I intend to. So I think this is probably a good time to read it, but it doesn't look like it's posted here, so I hope I can go into this other spot without losing y'all. I I can't even see the video, so I hope it's still running. And is this the one? No, this is not the one. All right, let's see if this is the one. Aha, there we go. Summary. Okay. Here is a condensed, so this is my AI talking. A condensed, powerful summary mirroring your realization. So don't wait for someone to show you. I gotta take off my glasses, and I probably gotta. No, is it that my glasses are dirty, or do I need to go like this? That's just, I don't want y'all all up in my nostrils. All right, don't wait for someone to show you the way. Leaders forge paths. They don't follow them. If you delay until everything is clear, easy, or handed to you, you'll never move. The absence of a guide isn't a barrier. It's your invitation. Real leaders don't wait for permission. Ooh, y'all hear that, right? Readiness or perfect conditions. All right? They take a breath. That was good. Take the next step, the next best step. That's all you got to do is take the next best step. And then they learn as they go. So your voice, your lens, your lived experience are unmatched. You're here to go first, especially when no one is speaking of the things you feel called to speak about. When you lead, you make it safer and easier for others who feel unseen, unheard, or misrepresented. Forge the path, not for the applause, but for the child you once were, the daughter watching you now, and the future leaders who will rise because you rose first. How inspiring is that? That was amazing. And it spoke to my very soul, because that is what I'm doing out here. That is what me being unapologetically me is intended for, to forge the path, to create the path that shows others that they too can forge their own or join me on mine. And so then there was a follow-up question, and so how can you be the leader you wish you had? So you become the leader you wish you had by giving yourself what you always needed. 1, clarity instead of confusion. Define your direction. Don't wait to be given one. 2, compassion instead of criticism. Speak to yourself like someone you would follow. Unless you're my husband, because he follows David Goggins, who will cuss you out. He cusses himself out. That's apparently what Francis brain, that's what my husband calls his brain that doesn't act right. The unhealed versions of himself, the part that wants him to live small, that's Francis. Stupid Francis. No offense to any of the real beautiful, amazing Francises that are out there. You get my point. Okay. But no, don't cuss yourself out. Do you, boo? If that's how you need to motivate yourself, go cuss yourself out. Actually, I have these earrings. I'm going to make a confession. Confession. I bought these earrings. I bought 2 pair because, and this is years ago, and I've only just recently first worn them. Okay, I'm going to tell it has a cuss word, y'all. So it's boss bitch. Boss on one side, bitch on the other, as in boss bitch. And sometimes I absolutely tap into the boss bitch. It is what it is. And there's a different kind of energy. There's a I'm gonna get it done energy. There's a you not finna. What you not finna do is not give me back my refund or what you owe me. Right? So that's that. So anyway, but I bought 2 because, I'm not gonna go up to the school where my kids go, boss bitch, right? And have those earrings in. So I might have boss, double boss. But there is one of my episodes where I did have them on. Anyway, I think I had boss bitch. So the top, I've got 2 holes in my ear. Anyway, this was very me. And that's okay. So let's see. Cuss yourself out if you want to. All right, that was number 2. So number 3, structure instead of chaos. Create your own rhythm. 4, action instead of hesitation. Take the next right step, even before you feel ready to do so. 5, honesty instead of performance. Show up unscripted, unfiltered, and true. Which is how I'm showing up for y'all. You're very welcome. Number 6, courage instead of compliance. When no one tells you how, trust that you already know. Like I say, and I tell my kids all the time, you have everything you need inside of you. And here's one of the ways that I know how this is true. So, I worked for Salad Master, and if y'all need any perfect cookware that lasts forever, that holds its value, that you can pass on to generations to come look for me. I am your steel connection. 316 titanium steel. It's been a few years. My last thing with them, I was pregnant with Kalel, and I won a trip. Unfortunately, I only won it for one person. Two people, because Kalel was in utero. And where was that trip? I think we went to Jamaica. That's when I was on the catamaran, which I just talked about the other day when, and by the way, there's a part of that I forgot to tell you. So I asked the guy if I can go into the ocean. He said yes. My glasses fell off. My sunglasses, my prescription, like $700 glasses fell off of my face, and I was able to reach, so I had the vest on. Thank God I had the vest. I was able to reach them and save them. And it was so amazing. I don't think I talked about that. It was just like the ocean was just like pulsing, and it's just big rhythm, and it was like altogether daunting too. And it was just like it was, oh man. Yeah, I don't even know how to explain it, but it was so good. It was so good. Okay. All right. So, Salad Master. Why did I say that? Yes. Because on Saturday mornings, we would have meetings. And in one of the meetings, Dave, hey Dave, I don't think he listens to this. He would train us, right? And so he'd hire trainers to come over from different cities. What's the one guy? He was like my favorite, Christian Oliver. It's one of my top favorites. So sweet. So beautiful. Anyway, I'm just thinking about his baby. His wife and his baby. Anyway, because I didn't want y'all to get so confused about me calling him beautiful. Really, I meant his spirit is beautiful. If you really had to know. Okay, so in this training, y'all, he asked the question, what do you have to do to be successful, right? And we're supposed to brainstorm. Guess what? Everybody had answers, and we wrote it on the board. And I took a picture, and the picture's gone. But you know the answer. If you just spent 3 minutes brainstorming, you have the answer inside of you. You know. And again, your life experiences, even movies that you've watched, the answers are in there. And what's funny is I think it's funny. My therapist, Rachel, she doesn't watch movies apparently. And she has a running list of movies people keep recommending. And she's like, maybe I need to get on this movie thing. But she's been running a business. She's been raising children. She's been doing all of the things, loving her husband and fighting to survive and fighting and learning how to thrive and to teach other people how to thrive and making videos and YouTubes and Instagrams and Facebook posts. She does a lot. And so she ain't got time for movies. But I always have some sort of movie reference, and it brings me know how, and it also helps me to communicate in a language that's understood by others, you know? I love it. Okay, so let's see. That was courage instead of compliance. Trust that you already know. Yes. So number 7, which is a number of perfection. Imagine that. 7, visibility instead of hiding. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Share the voice. Share the voice you once needed to hear. You don't wait for the leader, you become her. Yes. And so, share the voice you once needed to hear. I feel like I absolutely do live that, but guess what? That's another episode. Because I want to talk to you, those of you who don't always have that voice, you know, and too often I think the way that those of us who are really good at encourage, we don't do that same thing to and for ourselves, you know? So the next episode, I think the next one, I am going to do a dating one, and I've already recorded some stuff, but it was audio. But y'all, I don't want to lose that content. It was so good. So I already have like 2 more episodes lined up. So, all right. Okay, so now let's see. All right. So I think that's basically it. Ooh, I just saw a poem I wrote yesterday, and that's going to be posted on Monday at 8:30. It's called, okay, I don't know how to say this word, but it's this Hawaiian concept thing. Okay, so Hawaii, right? Hawaii. This is Ho'oponopono. 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 Y'all, look it up on YouTube. Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono. I think that was it. All right. That's all I've got. And it's 9:53. Guess what? Yes. I'm going to go to my first bridge game. All right. I am very excited because I am an absolute card player. Not player. Player. Don't hate the game. Don't hate the player either, because I just said I was the player. Player. All right. I'm going to show you this. Am I? Yes. I'm going to find this app. Aha. Oh, y'all. Oh my God. This better be still recording. Oh, thank God it is. Okay. So, this one. Oop. Nope. This one. Nope. Funbridge. That's the app. And, menu, get started, practice. I need to read some of this. And then there's just play, there's mini bridge, get started with bridge, commented deals, easy tournaments, learning how to deal with the 4-4 fit in Trump. Oh my gosh, this is not the one that I want, but they have tons of stuff and it's free. Get started with bridge, practice deals. There it is. Nope, that's not it. Just play. Play without pressure. Come to easy tournaments. Take on elite players. Play a tournament. Dang it. Whatever. Anyway, there's instructions. So, I am an absolute card player. I can't believe I feel nervous. I am nervous because as I was reading this, I thought I was just going to come in here and just be a boss. There are some crazy nuances there's some stuff that I don't understand. But I do play cards. I play spades. Can't take my black card for that. I play bid whist. Y'all ain't never get my black card because I play bid whist. And I teach it too on Tuesdays. Not really, but you know, I can. I love to teach. I do. I love to teach. Ooh. I sent I sent a video to a goddess of a woman to see if she would approve it. And today I have a scheduled text for her that will show up on her phone at 12 p.m. because she hasn't. Anyway, point is, she's going to determine whether or not she is going to share this video that I made. And in it, I'm teaching these beautiful little people that about capacity, right? It's really good. It's really cute. Like, because it's for them, you know what I mean? And I'm just pouring my heart to them, and I want them to understand. And it's funny. It's funny because I'm in my car and I've got all these cups and I'm tearing pieces of cups, and I was just thinking, do I share that with you? Do I share it with you now? Do I splice it in here? Or do I save it for another thing? I might save it. Because also, I was thinking of redoing it more, like adultish, right? Because kids aren't watching this podcast. Excuse me. All right. I hate that I burp. And I try and I... Oh, what was that? That was nonsense. Scratch the record. I forever delete that on every timeline. And for forever, for in perpetuity. That never happened. That never happened. My friend, I'm not going to tell you who it is. She told me that was low class. So I think really, more she's talking about belching or whatever. And so we had this conversation and it didn't go well. And I was burping because there's this thing that happens that I want to resolve that I haven't mastered yet. So, but then to be funny, haha, jokes on not her or me because she didn't think it was funny and she was not happy. So anyway, her mother had taught her, that's low class. But man, I know one woman, this chick can belch. Like, you know how sailors can cuss? They probably can belch too. This woman, her belching is extreme. And do y'all want to know what happened? So, I think the former story is that I conditioned myself to burp because jokingly with a cousin or some little kid when I was a teenager, I would say, oh no, it's contagious, like how yawns, even saying the word yawn. Look at this. No, I master it. I'm not going to yawn because I said the word. Are you kidding me? And nor am I going to ever burp. Okay, I'm silly. I'm so silly. I'm going to put these things in my glasses. All right. Anyway, can I show you something? All right. Look at how pretty. Someone made this. Oh, there's an alarm. I think that's my check-in alarm, so it's 10 a.m. I'm meeting her at 11:30. Do I have time to practice some stuff? I was telling you about the bridge, so I'm meeting someone at Panera Bread. Oh, I got to go to the bank. Do that. What else? All right. So anyway, playing cards. I like to teach it. I like to teach all the things. And I am a really good teacher. I am. When you're teaching someone how to play cards, I think there should be rules. Rules for the other people who are also trying to simultaneously teach. It's like having too many cooks in the kitchen. Take your turn. And don't interrupt me for too long, because I'm the main. I was going to say the master, and then it turned. Anyway, I am the main primary teacher. Because when I teach people, it sticks. I think so. Unless they tell themselves that they can't learn stuff, and then that has stuck. All right. Also, it's cold. It's Florida, and it's cold, so it's one of our 18 days of winter. So that's nice. Might be more like 24 days full of winter, sporadic. All right, so that's all I've got. So I'm gonna sign off. Ever yours, unapologetically yours. I hope you have a great day.